Am I my brother's keeper? A pastoral reflection on Genesis 4 1:15, Psalm 50, and Mark 8:11-13. Where is your brother? Genesis 4:9. Dear brothers and sisters, there are questions in the Bible that do not really belong to the past, but echo through time, reaching us today with the same force, the same challenge, and the same call to reflection. One of these questions is the question that God asked Cain: where is your brother? Cain, the firstborn of Adam and Eve, had already committed the irreversible. He had taken the life of his own brother, Abel. But notice this: God did not ask him what he had done. He asked, where is your brother? This is a question that still demands an answer. Where is my brother? Where is my sister? Where is the one who is afraid today? The one who is uncertain? The one who feels unseen, unheard, uncared for? This is not only a historical account. It is our reality today. And the most tragic response we can give is the same one Cain gave. Am I my brother's keeper? The passage from Genesis introduces us to two brothers, Cain and Abel. One is a farmer, the other a shepherd. One presents an offering that pleases God. The other presents something that does not receive divine favor. And then the human heart reveals its age-old battle: envy, resentment, the belief that another person's blessing is a threat to my own. Cain's problem was never Abel. His real problem was within himself. The Lord then speaks to Cain. Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, would you not be accepted? But then here comes the warning that still speaks to us today. Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Genesis 4:7. The truth is, we all have something crouching at our door. Maybe it is fear. Maybe it is distrust. Maybe it is the temptation to think that others are a threat rather than a gift. Cain fell into a mindset that still poisons human relationships today. The false belief that God's blessings are limited. He saw Abel's favor with God as his own loss rather than an invitation to examine his heart. How many times have we done the same? How many times have we allowed our insecurities to turn others into enemies? And yet, throughout Scripture, God reminds us, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. God's blessings are not scarce. His grace is not limited. In Psalm 50, God challenges those who claim to follow Him but ignore justice and mercy. Why do you recite my statutes and profess my covenant with your mouth, while you hate discipline and cast my words behind you? God is not looking for rituals without heart. He is not impressed by words without action. In the Gospel of Mark, the Pharisees asked Jesus for a sign from heaven. They are not truly seeking truth. They are testing Him. And Jesus, with a deep sigh, refuses. Because, brothers and sisters, the signs are already here. The suffering of our brothers and sisters is a sign. The uncertainty faced by so many is a sign. The fear, the displacement, the longing for security, all of those are signs. We cannot ignore them. The Christian response is not to fear or withdraw, but to stand beside those who suffer, to listen, to love, and to act with justice. How can we live out this teaching If God asks us today, where is your brother? How will we answer? Here are 4 ways we can respond. First, accompany and listen. Sometimes the greatest relief for someone living in uncertainty is simply being heard. Let our communities be places where no one feels alone in their fear. Second, support families in unity and spiritual growth, spiritual strength. We may not always be able to change external circumstances, but we can strengthen the heart. Third, be promoters of peace, not fear. The truth is greater than any rumor. The truth is greater than any rumors. As Christians, we are called to prudence and wisdom, not panic. And fourth, see others through the eyes of God. Cain's great tragedy was seeing his brother as an enemy. We're called to see our neighbor as family, regardless of their status, background, or history. Today, God asks again, where is your brother? Where is your sister? May our response not be indifference, fear, or self preservation. May our response be love that builds, love that heals, love that strengthens. Brothers and sisters, we are not alone. God continues to walk with His people. Let us trust in Him, live out charity, and be the guardians of our brothers and sisters in need. Here are 3 questions for reflection with your couple, or with your friends, or with your community. Question number 1. How can we accompany one another in times of uncertainty so that no one feels alone? Let me repeat the question again. Number 1. How can we accompany one another in times of uncertainty so that no one feels alone? Question number 2. How can we promote peace and solidarity instead of distrust and division? How can we promote peace and solidarity instead of distrust and division? And number 3, what experiences can we share to grow in listening and fraternal support? What experiences can we share to grow in listening and in fraternal support? Thank you for joining us today. If this message resonates with you, share it. Let's be the hands and feet of Christ in our world.